Hi everyone, welcome to the first episode of the Cube Cast with your hosts. It's me, Tom.
And me, Christy.
Yeah. So we obviously started Sage Movement, and yeah, we're gonna do this podcast just to get more into some other aspects of parkour and the culture, and I hope you like it.
All right, tell us about yourself, Tom.
I started parkour in like 2006, 2007-ish. Um, so it's about 15 years ago. Um, yeah, it was my younger brother, Mark, who introduced me into parkour, brought me out, convinced me to come out to the first Winnipeg Parkour Jam. And that was pretty much like immediate, yeah, I'd say like immediate, like, I don't know, attention to it. Um, yeah.
I can
So
only imagine how that must have felt.
yeah, it was a lot different back then too. Like, um, just because everyone was so new in parkour at that time. Like when you have the documentaries, like first ones I watched like Jump London, Jump Britain, and you know, there everyone was still really in development and training. Like no one was quite exactly sure how everything worked. You know, technique wise and movement. So everyone was really learning together. And, you know, maybe it was easier to get into maybe because just wasn't overwhelming. I know a lot of new people now can get kind of discouraged by seeing all the, you know, big flips and everything, but that wasn't so much the case back then. Like, if you could do a backflip, that was huge.
Some of us still can't.
Yeah, well, like that was maybe one of the first gym sessions I went to when I saw um, one of the other guys in the community do backflip for the first time. I was like shocked, shocked, just so shocked. Like I thought it was like only things like you had to be, like an Olympic gymnast or like in movies or something on wires, and then just to
Totally.
see it done like so easily, and then being told like, yeah, you can like learn this like in a couple of sessions, and then I did. It was kind of got me hooked for sure.
That's awesome.
Um, but yeah, so that's kind of like my starting in parkour and a very long career of it. Um, so enough about me. What got
Mhm.
you into parkour?
Damn, what got me into parkour? I tried a lot of different sports, like soccer. I really like soccer to this day, but not as much as parkour. And then I did some MMA, and yeah, it was good. Kickboxing, yeah, it was good. Just wasn't. But did some rock climbing, yeah, that was cool. But then I went to like the gym for the first time, like the gymnastics gym, and I just wanted to learn how to handstand. And then I saw your brother, shout out to Mark, do
Yeah,
the like double long back, and I was just like, what just happened there? And I thought like you, like that was Olympia. I'm like, he's got to be going to the Olympics. What the shit was
yeah,
that? I'm just trying to do handstands, and cheers off in the corner, and I'm like I've always wanted to be that movement. You know what I mean?
hmm
And I fell head first. It was awesome. Like,
yeah,
and then to end up with you in this just thought about company, and you approaching me to come work for Cerritos, and we worked together for a few years and getting to know everyone. And man, like it just still to this day turns me on. Like I could watch videos, I could teach, I could do it myself, and it's just like this is so stimulating. Like I must have some really monkey DNA in me or something, but it just you know what I mean?
I'm not, just gonna cut you off here for 1 second. Your camera is like dropped down again. You're out of the shot there.
Really?
Yeah.
Different on your end than it is on mine.
Mm.
How's that?
The top of your head's still cut off.
Really?
Yeah.
How do I do that? How's that?
Better. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so I can just cut 30 seconds there.
Yeah.
So yeah, started playing soccer when you were younger. Like was that like school age, like high school after?
Yeah, I think it was like super young, like maybe elementary and then junior high and or middle school. But like even during soccer, I'd take the ball and go play soccer by myself. Like just I don't know. Maybe it's just like I don't know. Parkour maybe reminds me of like being a child again, kind of thing. But you know, taking away the ball and putting bars and like you know curbs and
Yeah.
stuff like right. So it's maybe it is maybe it's a childhood thing that I get off on parkour. Like it's I cannot my agenda secretly is to get everyone doing parkour. I want to grab everyone and be like, want to learn parkour? You know, it's like
I mean, I feel like so many people want to do it, you know, but you kind of, I mean, something about growing up, like everyone when they're kids is climbing around. I mean, unless you're like, I don't know, unless you're a weird kid that wasn't climbing on things.
always.
But people just, for some reason, start to maybe just our culture or something starts to see it as like a waste. Like, why are you spending this time climbing on stuff? You should be doing something else.
I've been told
Like, and it's funny too because it's like people then obviously transfer that into sports, and it's like if you're winning something, if you're competing and beating other people at things, it's like suddenly not a waste of time. But it is. It's all. I don't know where I was going with
no,
that.
no, it's just our love for the sport, really,
Something about moving and being scared.
and being scared and building up that tolerance. Yeah.
Yeah.
All
Uh,
right, let's. You want to talk about the company?
sure.
Well,
Uh,
I'll start it.
yeah.
Okay, so what happened with Tom and I is that we were hanging out, and I wasn't working at Cerritos while he was, and you know we went to go get fries at a Chicken Delight, and we started talking about opening a company, and we were just so energetic about nothing. Like it wasn't just a thought. And then Tom came over and we're like, let's do this. Let's like name the company. What do you want to name the company? We had a couple magazines on the my coffee table. He's like, how about this one, Sage? I'm like, Sage Parkour, Sage Movement, so we can include everything. I'm like, Sage Movement. And then the
Yeah.
cake came along, or the pie came along. It's a planetonic solid. We were going through so many different designs and how to do it and stuff like that. And this is kind of like trickery. So it's like some people see a cube, some people see like a pie shape, and it's meant to do that because parkour is meant to challenge your awareness.
Yeah. You know, based on your perception, right?
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, that was I remember that. I remember, geez, when was that? Like almost, actually, probably about a year ago, I
Yeah,
think. Like probably, it's definitely last winter when the ideas were started in the early stages.
yeah.
Um,
I
but
didn't
yeah,
think we heard the word pandemic yet.
no, it was a couple months before. So I think around, yeah, January.
Yeah,
It was March when all the craziness kicked in there. But yeah, this was definitely like something that came out of just wanting to uh like have more uh creative, like control on things, maybe, less restrictions,
yeah,
you know um and there's just so much that can still be done in probably in most parkour communities around the world, and there's still not many people that can do it right. And there's so many athletes that should get support from companies, like various companies that you know should get support so they can keep kind of doing this stuff. um when I was younger and starting parkour, it would have been awesome to have that for myself. So being a little older now, uh I want to be able to you know help out the next generation, you
mm,
know maybe skip over some hurdles that the generations before them had to deal with, but
definitely.
help speed them up.
It's so true, and that's why I enjoy the art of teaching.
Yeah,
I'll teach you the ways I know. Tom's gonna teach you totally different. But
yeah,
this
yeah,
way with you, you know. So
yeah. It
I was
takes
just doing some parkour on my chair here. I got too excited.
it definitely takes a lot of influences for people to you know find what they like to do, what they like to train. In parkour, that there's so many different facets to it, right? Like, and I've myself been training for like 15 years, and I've completely changed focuses and like what I want to be working on, and trained with so many different people that every one of those people has had an influence, right? So when you are teaching, it's good to have for students to have multiple teachers. I think
Mhm.
just pick up something different from each person,
Absolutely.
even if they're being taught the same
You know
the
what? And
same movement.
that brings me to another point. Like to introduce our athletes that we have running for us. Uh, so we have Tyrion, we have Ben, we have Jesse, and we also why is Rylan.
Almost forgot that,
Am I missing
right?
anyone? Am I missing anyone?
No, no,
Yeah. So that's the
yeah,
team. Those guys like are original, and like you were just saying, like even their style over the years have changed. You know what I mean? Like, and it's really cool, like learning around them and them teaching you some new things, and then I'm throwing all down these weird little movements, and they're like, "Oh, that's super cool." Like it's such a teaching tool back and forth. You know what I mean? Like picking up
yeah,
other moves. I remember when I was trying to play hockey when I was younger, and no one would teach you how to slap shot. You had to hit that. You like have to figure it out. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's totally different now.
yeah. It's true. There does seem to be just greater awareness or something on techniques. Like I know I've like felt like as a kid learning things like in recreational like gymnastics, or I played hockey for a long time, and it was like never um, super skill focused. It was kind of like, here, do these things, but with no in-depth explanation to them or why it's kind of good to learn these things. Um, so I know that was something with like parkour when I was coaching over the years, like really giving examples of why this is a good skill to know, like what it'll help with. And yeah, I think it helps make for faster progression too.
Yeah, I would agree. I can't talk enough about
Yeah, so I guess since we're speaking of Sage and all that, we a little bit of news for everyone. We will have some more apparel coming out in the future. I'm hoping for a launch, and I want to be realistic here and hopefully say about a month.
Yeah, it is realistic. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's exciting. Of course, we still have like these the original designs here from the summer. Sure, obviously still available if anyone wants. But yeah, that's gonna be happening. Maybe we can get some sneak peeks out in the next couple weeks.
Yeah, there'll be something going down. Yeah.
And some I guess some competitions or some contests, I should say, giveaways. Should be fun to do. And yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of it for what's going on with Sage right now. Of course, these podcasts.
We'll keep it coming. Like we have some podcasts coming up with the said athletes. And, their links will be in the bottom below. And I guess if you can subscribe or like or however that works, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah. So we actually filmed this out of order, so we actually have our second episode already recorded. So if you're seeing this, the next episode should be out maybe a week or two after that.
So like twice a month we'll be setting one up.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, what else? I think
Yeah, what else you got here?
we covered some stuff. I'm sure the other podcasts will go a little bit deeper into questions with their athletes and other people that might be on.
Sorry, the sound was kind of breaking up there.
Oh, and we'll have links to everyone else's pages and upcoming podcasts.
Yeah. Should we keep this short?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good. Yeah, we'll get boring after a while. All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, and catch up with us later. And hopefully we can all get it together soon and throw down.
Yeah. So yeah, again, if you're watching this on YouTube, definitely like this, subscribe to our channel. That helps. Or if you're on one of the podcasts, like Spotify, Google Podcasts, then like it, rate it. It'll help spread this, and then we can do more of these more often. So yeah.
Careful what you wish for.